YouTube comment style of republicanism has been causing rifts among conservatives since before he was even elected. And perhaps no rift is deeper than the one growing between Texas Senator Ted Cruz and his own brain.
Senator, the president says he can pardon himself. Would you agree with that?
That is not a constitutional issue I've studied, so I will withhold judgment at this point.
It's a good thing Ted Cruz is a Harvard-educated constitutional scholar, or he would have been stuck in that loop for days. But we met another Texas Republican who gives new meaning to the phrase Lone Star.
There's a fight for the soul of the Republican Party. All over this land, yellow-bellied moderates are falling in line or giving up. This is a story of one man who wouldn't.
Republicans in Texas try to demonstrate how right-wing they are. They're sort of racing towards the top of a mountain, holding an AK-47 and the Confederate flag. But there was this anomaly.
So, lights, guys?
Jason Villalba is his own man. He's a pocket square kind of guy.
Sometimes I feel as a bit of a man without a country.
Jason was no ordinary Republican. He had a heart, 0% APR financing, and the highest towing capacity in his class. Damn it, Deborah, this is the wrong script. Oh, here we go. Jason was about to be put to the test.
In this last session, I proposed a bill that added protections to the LGBTQ community when it comes to housing.
Transgender folks are often denied housing because their documents don't line up, so they're outed or they're kicked out of their homes. I just want to know that I'm going to be able to have a safe place to live.
This was a long shot, novel idea for the Texas legislature, but we got a hearing, which means that the bill's moving. You know, I walk in front were the almost all Republican committee members.
You don't get to cherry pick who among the public you want to serve and not serve. In other words, you don't get to use...
Why not? Do you want all fashion designers to be required to design a dress for Melania Trump?
I'm not sure how to even respond to that.
If I'm being honest, I didn't think we had a shot, but Jason has a conscience. You can see him struggling with the demands of the far right.
There's just no other word to describe the furthest of the far right other than foolish and ignorant.
And those fools showed up to testify that trans rights would hurt straight people.
House Bill 192 puts women in dangerous situations. I cite a case where they're having sexual assault issues.
If you're going to give me nefarious instances that come from fake news, alt-right news sources, then I'm not going to follow it.
You can disagree with it.
But I'm right.
You're not.
Jason wasn't afraid to do the right thing and vote yes.
Well, I voted no.
Damn it, Jason.
I'm a Republican, and it's orthodoxy not to be supportive of any kind of LGBT measure.
When I say he's a Republican with a conscience, I'm talking about by Texas standards.
I appreciate the time and attention of the committee, and I close.
But Diego wasn't defeated yet. There was still 1 week before the official final vote, and that's when fate stepped in.
All these texts were starting to come up, and the text came directly from Dr. Steve Hotze in Houston.
I'm Dr. Steve Hotze, CEO of Conservative Republicans of Texas.
He puts a lot of money into these fights to make sure that transgender people do not have the same equality. The money is holding some people hostage.
He wanted me to vote a certain way and was prophesying that if we support the trans community, that we're going to be consumed in the fires.
Perverted boys and men who sexually fantasize that they're women. They want us to accept that and give them minority status, and they want to be allowed to create moral anarchy and sexual anarchy in our kids. They will be encouraged by their teachers to participate in anal sex.
When people are told that they are wrong, that they are wicked, it inspires hate speech and violence against the transgender community. So many people are suicidal or full of anxiety or don't want to leave the house.
It's not my party. My party is the Republican Party. When I received those text messages, it became clear that this was not about non-discrimination ordinances. This was about hating people who are different. And it went right in line with what Diego was talking about. And I thought, you know what? Diego's right. And I said, Diego, I want to talk.
And I was like, son of a bitch. I think we have Villalba.
He had 6 votes, he needed 1 more. I said, I want to change my vote. I want to be with Diego.
And with Jason's vote, the bill was passed out of committee.
The plot thickens like caribou stew. You're going to have to remove some of these state Republican representatives that just don't get it.
I am not a man who is concerned or afraid of much of anything. And I said, look, why don't you find your best candidate?
Bring me an opponent. Bring me an opponent next time.
And bring it.
We are proud to endorse Lisa Luby Ryan.
I'm Lisa Luby Ryan, and I would be honored to have your vote.
Lisa was very formidable. She was a tenacious fighter. So during the campaign, she said something like, Jason Villalba clearly identifies with the LGBT community. It said something like that. And then also, Villalba supports gun control.
My younger son, he had been robbed by 3 black thugs with 9mm guns to his head.
I'm just thinking to myself, there's no way we can lose to someone who just pointed a gun at my head and said 3 black thugs. And we lost by 700 votes. I would rather be right than elected. I definitely feel like a Lone Ranger. I was the first Republican in Texas history to ever vote in favor of the LGBT community. I'll sleep soundly for the rest of my life knowing I did that.
You know, it feels a little awkward to sit here and praise somebody for doing the right thing one thing once and can see transgender people as people, and then we're all like, yay, thanks.
Well, at least they passed a meaningful bill.
No, not at all. After that vote, the bill got to the calendars committee, stayed in calendars, died in calendars.
Is there any silver lining?
There's absolutely a silver lining to all of this. Because they've elected the far-right candidate, there's a likelihood that a Democrat gets elected in that district.
So you were playing the long game?
Maybe. It wasn't by design.
And that's the story of how something sort of good might happen later on. Screw it. I'm getting a beer.